There's a tsunami warning on the coast near you. There was a big one in Russia this morning. It says big waves are expected to hit the northern tip of the island tonight, which is where you are. It'll be lower tide tonight, but if you can get off the shore, then that will be good. Oh wow. Oh. Oh my gosh. This is probably the most remote and definitely the most beautiful place I have ever been. I am so far from home right now. Just today alone, I drove for hours and hours on a dirt road that my car is not meant for, and I finally made it out here to the incredible northwest coast of Vancouver Island. Behind me is a temperate rainforest. In front of me is the mighty Pacific. So for the next 3 days, I'm gonna be camping, exploring, and fishing this whole area, which is just a dream come true. I can't even believe I'm here right now. This is insane. It took me all day to get here, and the sun's already going down, but that's okay. I'm gonna be really quick about setting my tent up, and then I'm going fishing. I cannot wait. It is so exciting to be in an environment where everything is new. Like back home, I kind of have a lay of the land, right? Especially when it comes to fishing, I'm quite experienced. I know what species are in the water, I know what lures to use for them. Out here, it's all new. This is level 1. Oh man, first cast, I dropped it into that little pool and I had a rockfish follow it up. I think it was a rockfish, and nothing since. I've been fishing that same hole for like 10 minutes now, no action, but got my heart racing there for a second. That's promising. Unfortunately, no luck. It's getting dark now, I gotta head back to camp, but I'm gonna get a good sleep and get back at it tomorrow. It's gonna take some time to figure this out. Everything around me is just so mesmerizing. Like, I feel like I could just stare at these waves for hours and hours. It's really nice. I found this freshwater stream flowing in right next to where I set my tent up. You can't drink ocean water, it's too salty. Ah, too hot. This is just some instant coffee. So, where I'm camped out right now, this is real jagged, gnarly, rocky terrain, which is beautiful, but it makes for some really challenging fishing conditions. I have to walk all the way out to the end of the rocks when the tide is low, and when I'm out there casting, it feels like at any given moment I could lose my footing, and the waves are crashing like crazy, and it just feels like a little bit of a dangerous situation waiting to happen. So I was looking at my map, and it looks like about 3 kilometers up the coast there's a nice sheltered cove where the waves might be a little bit more tame, and it also looks like there could be a beautiful beach there. I've just come across some sort of skeleton here. Not sure what it is. It's kind of small. I thought it was like a young deer or something, but it looks like there's a long tail on it, so I have no clue. I wonder if it could be some sort of canine creature. Interesting to see. This is all rib cage here. There's the spine. And then over here, that's what I think is tail. And then there's some of the fur over here. I don't know. This area specifically is known to have a dense population of wolves, bears, and mountain lions, which is a little bit uncomfortable, but I've got all the precautions. I've always got my bear spray on me as well as my knife, and I never go out into the backcountry without my Garmin InReach with the SOS button to call search and rescue if need be. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not looking to fight a bear today. Typically, when I make these videos, I like to try and make them a little bit informative. I like to share my knowledge, talk about what I know, and out here, I know absolutely nothing. Again, everything is new. So much of what I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, what is that? I don't know. Don't have cell service, so can't look it up. I'll just leave it up to wonder, I guess. So far, I haven't faced any major obstacles. It's a little bit challenging walking through the rocks and the sand, but I just made it out to this big rocky point, and it's kind of cliffed out, and it looks like I'm gonna have to climb up and around it, so it might be an issue. I really want to avoid climbing around the water side because the waves are crashing, and I don't want to get pinned up in there. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm completely cliffed out here. It's really, really sketchy on the other side, and I'd have to totally do some like rock climbing maneuvers to get around. So I'm just gonna go back to the other side of the cliff and bushwhack my way through. But I think just on the other side is the beach I'm trying to get to. There's so many cool little nooks and crannies in here. I gotta be quick because all the rocks below me and even above me, they're all wet, which means the tide reaches up in here. And an underwater cave is not where you want to be when the tide comes rushing in. All right, that hike ended up being way more difficult than I was expecting, but totally worth it because I just set my eyes on this beach for the very first time and it is just paradise. Absolute paradise. Hey bear, right over here. What's going on? That was crazy. I was sitting on the beach back there and I could see in this little estuary there was this sea otter fishing and doing his thing. So I figured, oh, maybe that's a fishing spot over there. So I came over here to try my luck and I'm setting my camera up pointed towards this otter, and then all of a sudden I look up and like 30 feet away from me is a black bear. He's just staring right at me. That was wild. I'm also super glad that he ran away as soon as he noticed I was here. Wow. Alright, I've got a little bit of a situation on my hands here. I just got a message from my girlfriend. She said, "Hi baby, there's a tsunami warning on the coast near you. There was a big one in Russia this morning." So I said, "What do I do? Can you please research and give me more detail? Am I in danger?" She said, it says big waves are expected to hit the northern tip of the island tonight, which is where you are. It'll be lower tide tonight, but if you can get off the shore, then that will be good. Low tide is at 11 p.m., which is when the waves are expected to hit, which is in your benefit, but still probably not good to be right on shore. So, the sun is about to set in like 15 minutes. Tsunamis, they don't give you any warning signs. They kind of just hit. I've never had to face this in Ontario. I think my saving grace here, though, is that the tide is low, and she said that the big waves are only expected to hit at 11 p.m., so I can kind of keep an eye on things. And plus, since I hiked out to this beach, I'm in a way more sheltered cove here, which, yeah, I did not know how helpful that was going to be. I think that the only thing I can do in this situation right now is enjoy this beautiful sunset and just hope that it's not my last. I think everything's gonna be okay, but the idea of a tsunami coming in tonight is it's definitely on my mind. That's such an uncomfortable feeling. Like, I can handle, you know, the thought of bears or a pack of wolves or a mountain lion, right? Like, animals are kind of predictable, and 99% of the time they want nothing to do with you. But the ocean, on the other hand, it does not care whatsoever. The ocean can do whatever it wants. Good morning. I made it through the night. No tsunami. I got the message this morning that the warning was lifted and everything is okay. But I'll tell you what, I had some pretty crazy dreams last night about being swept away. It's so cool watching these layers of fog come in. Like, just a second ago, I had a clear blue sky, and now you can't even see like the point over there. It's crazy. It's happened like 4 times this morning. I've made it back to the starting point, which unfortunately means my time here has come to an end. That was way too short of a trip, but I've got some responsibilities to tend to, so I've got to go. However, this will not be my last time here. I'll definitely be back. And maybe next time I'll be paddling this coast. Who knows? I also just want to say thank you so much for watching these videos and supporting this channel. All that support, all the comments, everything, it doesn't go unnoticed. It means so much to me. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.